Hello and welcome everyone to the 5 day challenge Rise Like a Phoenix. What a beautiful video. I love it. And this is exactly what's the vibes that I want it to be for this week and what I want to share with you this week. So, welcome everyone. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know if this is the first time you're catching me live. We are. Live in our group, Fam Leader, and also on YouTube if you prefer that link, because it will be nice to have you and to have access to it so they can watch the replay this whole week. So excited too. This is going to be a beautiful masterclass. I have so much things that I want to share with you this week, and I have really great expectation for all of us and great intention for all of us. What I want you to feel by the end of these 7 days, that there is nothing you cannot possibly do in your life. And this is what I want you to have and to be surrounded with, and the energy that I want to get across. And so I will be taking you step by step through different. Every day we're going to build up to the next one. I wanted to work on some energetic and some identity work. We will talk about the believing in yourself, believing in what you want to become and what you want to do, and then we will grow from it, so that by the end you'll feel so powerful. It's going to be mind-blowing. So welcome everyone. I'm so excited to see you. And I see some people connecting with different places. Let me know who you are. I can't see the names, doesn't show me StreamYard the names. So let me know who you are and where you're connecting from. So I gave a homework before this challenge, and I'm wondering if anyone did that. And the homework was really to look at yourself in the mirror, or just, like you with yourself, and feel saying that I am rising. And it's really that feeling that I want you to embody, which is I am rising. I am in this trend, in this wave of me getting better, growing, rising into new heights. And the moment you start claiming that, and this is what was the practice, is really for you to say it and for you to feel, how does it impact you? What is it? How does it make you feel? Like if you were to sit down and embody that energetics of you rising, what is it that you want to be able to accomplish? What is it that you feel? Because it's going to create a shift. Hello, Peru. I'm so happy to have you with us. Now we have Morocco in the house. You can see that. And I see other beautiful people coming in as well. So welcome, everyone. And so the practice for yesterday, just to prepare you for the energy of this week, is really to be in that wave, in that direction. I am rising. And I want you to feel that. And I want this week to be like a reclamation for us to change our life. And the only way you can actually make a change in your life is only by claiming it yourself. And so it's like, it's just feel like it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful moment. Hello, Tunisia is in the house. Very welcome. And so it's like it's just a moment where you feel like I am changing and I am rising. And the claiming of that, it's you starting to shift. Hello, Linda from Dubai. So happy to have you with us. I'm so excited. You know what's beautiful about this master classes, and I love doing them. I haven't done one for a while, and so I'm just happy to be here today, because it just connects all of us. And I truly believe that the more we are, the more we create that collective energy, the more we create that collective intelligence, the more we rise together. And this is why the theme this week, and I want you to really stay with us and be with us and feel connected, so that there is for sure, and I promise you, there will be something shifted inside of you. Because it takes a little change, a little shift, a little decision. Salma, I'm so happy to have you with us today. A little like just a tiny mini action for you to start moving towards a direction where you actually will be rising. And when I say rising, it's really elevating. It's going from a sphere where you are today with the results that you are, into higher one with better results, better more prosperity, more abundance, more appreciation, just something different in your life. And the only way you can reach that is by claiming yourself, that you are starting a wave of you rising. And this is why the objective for us for this challenge is so that we, all of us, imagine this collective movement, this collective energy that we create together so that we can reclaim our rising into higher levels. I am convinced that it will create something in the universe for it to respond, for us to really gather together and have higher results. And there is so much abundance, there is so much space for all of us. And so, these energetics is how I want it to be, and how I want you to feel, and how I want you to be connected with that. Women come to my word when they are in different levels in their careers. Women making 100K a year, women making $1 million a year. I have even women in my programs making $8 million a year. And I know for sure that there is always moments where we ask the question, is it the right direction that I am taking? Can I do it again? Which means, like, can I keep on rising or not? So we are always faced with an identity questioning of, who am I and what am I doing? And is this the right direction? And this is why it's always good to come back and to remember that you are the one to initiate any wave you want it to impact you. You are the one to shift your energetics as you want them to be. And you are the one to work on your subconscious mind, on your paradigm, so that you can reprogram it for it to help you move forward. So if everybody is with me, write to me, I am rising. I want to see it. I want to have everyone feel it, claim it, and be it. So I want to see I am rising. Everyone write it. I am rising. Write it, say it out loud and feel it, because I want to feel that shift. I want all of us to create that wave of movement that is going towards a higher. No more, yes, I am rising. No more victimizing mode. No more, I am lost. No more, I'm stuck. No more. I want you to feel that. Hello, Celia. I'm so happy to have you. I am rising higher. Happy to join. Linda, so good to have you, girl. I'm so happy to reconnect with you. What I love about this thing is that finding women from my past. And Linda is one of my childhood friend, and it's just so delightful to find you again and to have you with us. It's amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So it is about I am rising. Yes, Linda, that said, I am rising. This is the whole theme of this whole week. And I promise you, if we stick together and you connect, like, have me like I am just talking with you. Like, if I am sitting in your living room, in your office, wherever you are, I'm just having a conversation, because I want you to connect with all of this, because it's all about energetics. There is nothing that stops us if we understand the power that we have. Nothing. There is incredible power in each one of us. And the moment we connect with that, we know that nothing can stop you from creating whatever you want. So this is 5 days to reclaim the power. This is the 5 days where, if there was some time where you played small because of some reason of being shy, not sure, being ashamed of things, something was lacking, it's taken too long to be whoever you want to be, and you start shrinking yourself, let go of it. This is a moment where I want it to come out. Let go of any moment where you felt tiny, any moment where you felt hiding, any moment where you felt small, any moment where you felt too much a victim of circumstances that it just swallowed you. It's time to change the movement. And the movement changes when you decide to change it. Siham, so good to have you. I love seeing this beautiful woman. I'm so happy to have you, all of you. So it is the moment you decide to actually claim it. And claiming it is owning it. And it's about you telling yourself that I am rising. It's easy to say it, but then if someone is around you, I'm like, I'm rising. And it's like, it's kind of, I'm not sure I can say it. It feels odd. Not just it feels odd, it feels like, if I am saying that and I'm actually not doing it, how can I see that person again? And that's usually what keeps us small. It's the being scared of not moving forward as we wanted to, and somebody is seeing it and like you don't know how to justify yourself. This is a week, a moment where I want you to forget about the rest. We're not here to look for justification. We're not here to look for validation. We are not here to play small anymore. Wants to give a sense of ownership of your life. And the moment you are able to start shifting your energies, that's the moment where you are able to start feeling that you actually are in charge of you. So feel it. I'm going to repeat it throughout the week. I want it to be our mantra that I am rising. And you saw the video is about a phoenix. What is a phoenix? A phoenix is that bird that comes up from the ashes. So no matter what you have gone through, no matter where you are in your life, no matter what happened in your life, you decide to shift the movement. And you decide to shift the movement not because somebody came and told you, you know what, it's time to do it. No, it's because you claiming it to yourself. You claim it. You are out loud owning it, that you are the one to decide that you are rising, no one else. And this is a proclamation that I want this 5 days and 5 day challenge for you so that you can shift. It's to give yourself a big yes. Yes, to reclaim. Yes, to reclaim your power. Yes, to feel in charge. Yes, to no more feeling small. Yes, to no more feeling shrinking. Yes, to no more hiding behind because I'm letting others, because like, what would they say? What would they think? We're not doing this anymore. And when we do that all together, there is a collective magic. And that's the beauty of it. That's why, I love doing this masterclass, because there will be more people that don't know me, but just jumping in. And it feels great, because I'm telling you one thing is that and I will share some of the story. I don't do that often, but I know a lot of people are new in this masterclass. So I want to say it. And I want to say it so that I can build up to the whole process of this week. And I know that I loved listening to master classes like these in the time where I was really feeling down. And it just gave me that little power, or that little evidence that it's possible. Not just it's possible because I know and I've seen results in front of me, but it's possible to keep on believing. So the work that we do is a lot of energetics, a lot of identity work, but a lot of finding that moment where inside of you, inside your really deepest body, yourself, that unshakable knowing and that unshakable belief that you're going to be not only okay, but you're going to reach whatever you set yourself up to creating in your life. And this is what it takes. It takes just a tiny mini moment where you actually believe in yourself, where you actually believe that it is possible, where you actually connect with that knowing inside of you that, yes, it's my time. I am rising. And this is the feeling that I want to reach together. Okay, so everybody with me, give me some emojis, some hearts. Let's move forward. Let's move forward, because I have so many things I want to cover today, and I want you to understand. I want you to really understand. If you knew the power that you have in you, you come out like unstoppable. If you knew the power that we have in creating whatever we want, nothing becomes impossible. I love diamonds too. We got diamonds, we got hearts. Yes. 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 In this law of attraction, and it's the secret and all of this, the work that we do, there is something that always say that you start first and the universe follow. You start, the universe follow. That's even the secret of love is all about that. And what does it mean? Actually, it means you need to initiate that wave of positive energetic, of positive direction. The universe will follow. And if we take and make this 5 day, this is the way we all initiate together, we're going to create a movement in the universe, because there is a shift energetically, and it starts by one little action. Change doesn't come by making huge big gesture. It's tiny mini actions that create an impact, and tiny mini actions that create a shift and a change. And that's what it is. So let me take some time and tell you a bit about why I feel that this is the way to go. And the way I want it is, I'm just going to tell you a bit about my story, but in the same time, I want to share some of the cycle, what I call the cycle of grief, or the cycle of reclamation for oneself, or the cycle of rising, the cycle of being reborn. And this is, I know that each one of you, we somehow feel that and connect with that in their own life. So my name is Dr. Hind, whoever is now new to me and new to my word. And it has been 3 years that I'm completely focused on self development and on human behavior. And it's really on contemplating life together and contemplating what is, how can we change and transform our life. And I do that because I am truly believing that whatever wealth you want to create in your life, you can hold it, because money is energy and wealth is energy and abundance is energy. And it's really up to you to be able to align with that frequency where you can attract anything in your life. So it has been 3 years that I'm focused completely on that, on studying different success stories and how they made it happen, and also on setting up a very simple process, which I call the BAL method. So you see a lot of that, and I talk a lot about that. And that's a method that mirrors the steps and the process for you to come out and to elevate in any stage in your life. If you are successful, you go to a higher level. If you're just starting, boom, amazing. It's going to boost you so fast to reach whatever level you want. And if you are, like really just lost it all, oh my God, this is exactly for you, because that's what we do. We feel reborn, we feel recreated, and we come out from the deepest ashes. And this is why it's the phoenix that represent that. And I feel this year there is such a beautiful energy of rising. We want to be part of it, aligned to it, so that you can navigate through it. So in my situation, so I've been an entrepreneur for more than 10 years now. I mean, actually, this year I'll be celebrating 10 years sometime in May. And my entrepreneurship journey has not been an easy ride at all, actually. I reached high levels, and then I lost so much, and then I recreated myself indifferently. And I think this very journey of being able to go through a cycle had showed me so much and has brought so much wisdom and so much understanding of, how you can be in charge of your life, and who can you shift your own energetics and find joy when you think there is no way for you to find it anymore, and find love from within and attract so much of it in your life, and then starting to build something incredible and create an impact around us. And this is what this week is about, is really going step by step. So whenever something happens to you in your life, it usually goes from the first phase of all of that. And that's a phase where we are in shock. And I felt it firsthand, because when I was really faced with so many struggle, I thought I was living a nightmare. Like, I would wake up in the morning and I think, I hope I'm just having a nightmare. This is not real. So we all, whatever happens in our life, and it could be losing a job, losing a person, losing a lot of money, losing anything, like something that we go through. And yes, we go through things. And I know each one of you have a story, and that story is for you to use so that you can rise even higher. And this is what we want to do. I am sharing some of mine so that you can feel connected to it and understand how much yours has such an incredible value and can have such an incredible impact for you when you understand it, and for others when you share it as an inspiration, and also as a way to, boost them and saying it's okay. We all grew through different things. So that first phase, which is shock and denial, we all go through that. We are all shocked. We're so shocked. We're like, it hurts so much. It is shocking. It's like you have, set up, built an incredible company, doing beautiful contracts, beautiful recognition, reputation, and then things happen and it's just all gone. And it's shocking. And it's really shocking and it's hurtful. But the first phase, we're still in the shock. And the second phase, we become angry at everything. But what hurts more is when we become angry to ourselves, because that's what we do. We become so mad at ourselves. We just hate ourselves about anything, everything. And that's the second phase of this. And in anything that happens to us, the second feeling is anger. Anger for the misfortune, anger from the deception, anger for the situation, anger, like anything, like the sister, the brother, the parents, whoever didn't help when you needed help, and you just become so angry at everything. And that's because the emotions have taken over. And when the emotions take over, the intelligence shrinks so much. We can't see anything. And when we can't see anything, you get overwhelmed by any feeling that comes up. And any feeling that comes up, usually after being, shocked by something, is really feeling angry and a rage. And these are so negative. It pulls us down in those frequency. It's like, and we keep on hoping that things get better, but we are so stuck in those negative energetics. It's so hard. And so that moment is like really a phase where it will be nice to bring it up, but it's just difficult because we pull down further. And when we are pulled down further, we go down into the deepest of the vortex. And that one feels really bad. And I don't really like to share much my story because it makes me so vulnerable. And even through the years, I feel always vulnerable sharing it, because we do go through phases where we feel so sad and we feel so sorry for ourselves and we feel so ashamed of having attracted what we've attracted in our lives. And that's what I think is the deepest of the vortex. And when you're there, it's like, what do you do? Do you stay there? What do you do? If you stay there, it's depression. It's like, oh my God, if it wasn't like this, we live in a past that is gone. And when we live in a past that was gone, that's why we feel depression. And we start feeding the depression if we do not understand that it's up to you to shift your energetics. It's up to you to start a wave that is different. And when you start a new wave, it has nothing to do with the old one. Old one does not affect any new waves. The same, I mean, look at the ocean, how it works. In the ocean, when you have waves after waves, that's because one was big, the other one will be big, completely different. It's just a whole new wave. And this whole new wave is what you decide. So in that bottom, that is why I love this doing this master classes, because they helped me in a moment where I was deep. I needed motivation. I needed inspiration. I needed to hear someone that tells me it's okay. It happened to this and this and that. And they came up and it was all right. Because although I found the courage to carry on, to like, I can do, but the pull was too strong. So strong. Because you need to reprogram a subconscious mind. It took me many months to understand that what happens is that you become so used to feeling down, feeling scared, feeling bad, feeling like things are not going anywhere, that it's hard to pull yourself out. Very hard to be able to do that shift, to take that decision. And I want this moment, whoever is watching, and if you're here and here or on replay, make it that beautiful moment where you decide that you are taking over. When you decide to take over, you decide to ship. It's up to me, exactly. It's not up to no one, it's up to you. But it's up to you, it's a decision that you need to make. We need courage from outside, we do. And truly mine was, I found them in my children and my daughters. I have 4 children and a boy and 3 girls. And my girls were looking up to me. I mean, they're so lucky to be today to have role models, women everywhere. I mean, when I was young, there was no many role model women that we can look up to. But things have changed so much. And I knew that I was an example for them. So there is no way I can let them down. That's how I got my courage. My courage that, okay, I needed to move forward. And when I needed to move forward is I was seeking help. And seeking help came up from, these master classes, for mentorship, from learning, from understanding, and also from looking at, did it happen to someone? What I've gone through? That was the most incredible thing that I done. I guess that's my scientific mind, which is like finding proofs. And so I just spent 6 months studying women, like really studying them and looking at women that just lost it all and came up billionaires. I was fascinated by that. So I spent 6 months creating, like an encyclopedia for you can do it, for you know what, you're not alone. We stand on the shoulder of thousands of women who did it in different places, in Africa, in Americas, in Asia, in Europe, in everywhere. And I was surprised and astonished by the power of women from around the world. And trust me, this is what helped me move up, because in this cycle, from that bottom, we wanted up. And I'm telling you this because I want you to ride with me in this rising. I want you to feel that movement with me. And the movement come when you start looking at evidence that, it's okay, it happens. I can survive. I'll be okay. It's like I'll be okay. It's looking for I'll be okay. Where would you find I'll be okay? You can listen to me because you'll be okay. I'm telling you. And I know it for a fact. And I know it for sure. And I wrote a book, African Girl and African Woman. And it was, I think it's maybe 100 women that made it after being completely crushed, after having lost it all, after from being marginalized, from being in the furthest mountain and made it up to New York, and just like stories of miracles. And this proof of this happening started to ignite something different in me, started to ignite possibilities. And this is what we want. We want hope. We want deep belief inside of us that it could happen. That's it. The moment you have that spark that could happen, it happened to her, it happened to him, I could happen to me too. That's it. You win when you got that, because that's the only mini one you need. That's the only spark you need, because you've taken the decision. And we all know no one wants to stay where we are, because otherwise we won't be here together. Okay. Because we all know we want to rise in other spheres. We all know. And it's okay. It's not embarrassing. It's not a shame. We want more wealth, more luxury, more fun, more impact, more love, more everything. Yes. And we can claim that, and it's okay. And it's just the giving yourself the ability, giving yourself the freedom to claim what we really want. And to be able to do that is you starting. And when you see evidence, it gives you the hope that it's possible. And we see evidence, you like, and if you check more of the stories, you will realize that it's not every successful person had it all perfect. No, not every life was just perfect. No, everyone has a story. Everyone has a story. You can look at social media and it looks all beautiful and perfect. They all look happy, maybe, but behind that, there was a story. And that's where we reach the phase that is so important, which is acceptance. So it is what it is. You accept it. Accept every step you've gone through, because there is meaning to it. There is wisdom that you needed so desperately to extract so that you can move up to another level in your life. There are lessons that are meant to not only empower you, but for you to use so that you can share them with others so that they can feel empowered as well. There are understanding that if you didn't live what you live, you would have never ever in a million years been able to grasp them. And this is why your story is the most valuable thing that you have. And your story, when you look at it this way, it feels different. When you look at the story as an opportunity for you to rise, as an opportunity for you to build something, as an opportunity for you to extract a wisdom and lessons, it shifts. So the movement for rising, becomes real, truly real. And when it becomes real, and when you accept it, when we've gone up now, that's it, we're rising, and that's the feeling. So even if I took you down, it's for you to feel that it's the moment to just rise. Whatever level you are in that cycle, it's a moment to rise, and a moment to rise solid on your story, not by ignoring it, not by throwing it, not by using it to pull you down. but by standing on it to step up, standing on it so strong so that you can extract whatever makes sense from it and whatever serves you today. So use your story to rewrite it so it can serve you. Use your story to rewrite it so that you can build a new mission for yourself. We thrive and we rise when we have something to look up to, when we have a mission. So I'm telling you, you know what I did, May, when I was able to find joy again. And you'll find it very funny because it's a very delicate story. So I'm saying it's not about the big actions and a big gesture. It's really tiny thing. And my tiny actions were like, I was, was at home because it was COVID and it stayed at home. So it was really staying home a lot. And I'm like, well, now that I'm home, might as well make the garden look beautiful. And so I started planting hortensia. And I planted hortensia from in the front of the house. In the front of the house, I choose them to be purple. And then in the back door, I choose them to be blue. So I was so excited about this new mission that I had, which was like, to make the garden look beautiful. So that I wake up in the morning, come down, I walk around, and I just see that beauty of colors around me. And every morning I would wake up. The first thing I would think about, it was no more the nightmare. It was like, what happened to the hortensia? So I will run to see whether they were growing. And every day I was watching them grow, tiny, and then the leaves. And then every day I was trying to discover what color will come out because I wanted the purple in the front and I wanted the blue in the back. And so every day I come running. That was like, I was focused on that. And what I was doing, now they understand energetics, which I didn't really put the word to it at that moment. I was aligning with the frequency of the plant. And I was coming closer to that frequency. And the nature is the highest frequency. That's why we feel good when we walk in nature. That's why we feel connected with something bigger than us that just energizes us when we look at the water, the ocean, the lake, when we walk by the forest. Something shifts in us because of their frequency. And so every day, I was looking at them, checking, until one day I felt so joyful and happy. Nothing have changed. My situation remained the same, but the joy started to come. And it didn't come because anything changed in my financial world, nothing. It was just like me connecting with the beauty of nature and me finding the love through that and starting to love it. Well, and just for the fun of the story, they all turned out pink. So I didn't have purple, I didn't have blue. All the flowers turned out pink, but it was just beautiful to be able to align with that and to be able to put myself through that. And that's where acceptance is. And that's where you start finding joy. I love this beautiful comment. Thank you. Bless you and love Sammy. You're a great person. Thank you for being with me. I don't know how it is, but I thank you. Thank you. And so this means that that story start to build up to something. And your story, and this is what I wanted to feel today, is that whatever is in your life, whatever story, whatever part of this cycle you connect with, feel it. How do you feel it inside you? Which part looks like you? What is that part? Where is that part where you needed maybe more evidence so that you have hope? And I'm telling you, there are so many evidence. You needed to accept it. There is wisdom. You might not even be able to see it now, but the moment you start accepting it, the wisdom will start to show up every day a little bit more and more. What is that part? Is it finding in your mission? Find one. Find one that aligns with who you are. Find one that aligns with what you love. Find one that aligns with, your dream. One that makes you feel like, my God, I am going to rise to that level. We want the feeling of I am the one to decide and I am the one rising to become a reclamation that you stand for. And that is so unshakable that, like not only unshakable, that everything that you've done up to today has built you so that you can own it, so that you can find a path, so that you can live by it from now going forward. And that is because it comes on top of your story. It's not, nothing comes just because we copy from someone. That's not what we meant to do. We are not meant to copy what everybody is doing. We are not meant to copy what success feels for someone else. That's not what we meant to do. We are meant to experience ourselves the way we are, because there is so richness that you go through. There is so much in your story that there is no one else in the billions that we are on the planet that looks like you. No one. No one that has your experience, no one that has your story, no one that has your. It's Mati. So good to see you, Mati. I didn't know. Sending you so much love, to you, to your wife, to your daughter. I'm so honored that you stay with us always. I know how much you appreciate this, and we appreciate you so much as well. So much love. So that's a reclamation. And this is the feeling I want you to really grasp, that you are rising, and you are rising step by step on everything you've gone through, because it makes sense that you've gone through it. So what I would love you to do now, if you have your workbook, is to grab your workbook, because I want to take you through the sections of the workbook. So if you don't have, Mati, I will send you one. I think you don't have it, so I will send you your copy. And if you didn't, just register and I will send you a copy. Otherwise, you should have it in your email. Check your spam. Sometimes the emails go to the spam, so you don't see it. Because there is a beautiful activity that I want to guide you. Okay, wonderful. Can you drop her email here of your wife, and we will send it to her? Because it's nice, because then she can follow along and she can also do the exercises today. That would be amazing. Thank you. And the team will just pick it up and you will receive it. So now that this was a long introduction to really make you understand that, really understand who I am and why I'm doing this, and why this promise that I wanted to everybody feel that they can create and have the love they want in their life, the wealth they want to create, and have the impact they want to do, and do it with so much empathy. My mission is really to rise into and to become a spokesperson for empathy, leadership full of empathy, leadership full of love, leadership that not only leads the world but empowers everyone to lead. It's like we are all leaders, and the objective is that we stand lead shoulders to shoulders as leaders. And more we feel this way, more we feel empowered, and more you feel empowered, more you're going to empower someone else. And this is how the real ripple effect gets to be done, and that everyone can stand on their own understanding of who they are, and be aligned with what they want to impact, how they want to impact the world, and what they want to do with their life. And that's really essential, because more you do what you love, more you can be excellent in doing it. Excellence comes from connecting with what you do. Excellence comes from loving what you do. It comes from feeling that that it's just natural. This is me. It feels like it's me. It's not fake. I'm not copying. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm not looking for validation. I'm not doing something because everybody thought that I'll be good at this. No, it's because it's me. It's because it feels who I am. And so the way you build that, and this is again to continue and to understand your own story, I'm going to talk to you about a concept that I found incredible, which is creating a context for every year of your life. And not every year, because we're not going to go back forever. I think we just building from the 2 and 3 last years. I mean, in my sphere and my own story and the way I see the cycle, I go back to a year where I needed so much resilience. And that's maybe 2020 is a year where it was all about resilience. And that I took that as a context, because I know that moment I have been amazed by the resilience that one person could have when we think we don't have it. We often underestimate our capacity to be stronger than we think. And, as women throughout our lives, we show so much resilience. We act with so much resilience, whether because, it's hard, it's like in my time, and, I am a generation where I navigated in a very male dominated environment because I started as an engineer. And even as a student, maybe I was one or two girls in a classroom of 30, sometime 38. So it was really, we were like really minorities. So there is a certain resilience that get built up through that, and like really toughness that, where you stand as somebody that, like you think, well, you like everybody. It's not because you're women that you're less intelligent or less capable of doing or reaching anything. And so resilience became something that I know. We all know, women. You ask a woman, she will tell you, much resilience. You ask a mother who has four children and working, or two or three for that matter, working. It's about resilience because you need to wake up in the middle of the night. You need to wake up in the morning. You need to prepare everything. You need to really prepare everything in the house and everyone, and then start your day fresh, just like, you didn't do anything before. It's all about resilience. So that contest created something so powerful because it just builds something that's saying, I don't need to say that I need to be resilient. That's it. It's done. It's tattooed. I know it. I learned it. I know my lesson. So that created a big brick that I can build on because it's solid. It's resilience. Resilience is there. And then that's what I was talking about, being connected with mentors, watching all the type of master classes like the one I'm doing, finding motivation, listening to opera motivation, listening to Denzel Washington. I enjoyed listening to him. I was looking into whoever voice feels connected and feels like, okay, we can do it. Yes. And that was introspection for me. It was a year of introspection, and that's 21. It's like a year where it was all about understanding the mind. Why do we think this way? Why we get obsessed about ideas? Why we get so scared? Why we are not able to be more optimistic? Why can't we say I'm rising? Because the moment I said, I'm like, that's not true. Go back and hide. Like, how can you remodel and reprogram your subconscious mind so that it becomes your friend? And it's not a voice inside you that tells you, everything is gonna be wrong again. Because we have that voice, and we need to shut that voice up. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. This is what we do in our programs. I'm going to talk more about our programs tomorrow, but that's what we do. It's like really walking together, contemplating life and changing the voice inside of you. You want your voice to be your cheerleader. You want your voice to be the one that tells you, you can do it, and I'm here with you, and you're going to be okay. But to do that, you need to shift that. You need to reprogram it. There's so much work. So it's the whole year was about really understanding, like deepening my understanding how we function, how the mind function, what's conscious, subconscious mind, what's the energetics, how do we shift that, how do we reprogram that, what does it mean to be in low vibes, in high vibes, what does it mean alignment. It was all introspection. And a lot of women inside our programs have gone through this introspection. We did it together, which is such a beautiful honor, and I love it because that's my mission, is really and that's what respond to the promise I made myself, is at the moment I go through it, I want every woman to give her how to do it. And I see it and I watch them do it faster. And I'm like, mesmerized. It might have taken me more, but some woman is like, whoop, it goes higher up and faster. And I love that. It gives me such a thrill to see that. So that introspection was another break. And then on top of that, it was all about gratitude and love. A context where everything I did, every movement I did, where do I see gratitude in it? How do I do it from an angle of love? Everything. And it was a whole year of that. And the incredible thing about this year is that the magic that I saw happening and I felt in my life was just incredible. And everyone, if you don't have that context, bring it. You need gratitude in your life. And just not gratitude, just like, okay, I have this, thank God, thank God. No, it's like connecting truly with the basics that we take for granted. You see, I shared some of my story and I talked about the hortensia. Can you find something simpler than that? Like just planting flower and feeling reborn through a flower rising every day because I was connecting with it, because I was so grateful, because I saw and I felt the force of life through the plants. Gratitude changes your life. Gratitude shifts your perspective. You cannot be grateful and scared and anxious in the same time. Two things that do not stay together. So go towards gratitude. I had a whole year. Everything I did was gratitude. And if you follow a little bit my posts and everything I wrote about was about gratitude, about love, about finding love inside, caring for others, loving others, sharing the love, feeling the love, grateful for it. And it was all about that. And then I'm like, now let's, you know, I'm a scientist, I'm an engineer, I gotta work. So it was about evolution, growing, and growing. And this type of masterclass was the most exciting thing. I was very nervous in the beginning. If you go back, and you can find it in the YouTube channel, if you're not subscribed, I invite you to do so. And I was so nervous in the first video. It was like, oh, I'm preparing, learning what I'm gonna say. And it just with time changes. Today, this must have been, I think today is like the 250 or something, 250 or something videos, but it's evolution. It's evolution. And this is so important. We cannot be excellent, incredible, powerful at once. It's the journey. Every successful person was not born that way. We grow to become what we want to become. We rise step by step. It's the movement, it's the evolution, the continuous development that makes you reach what you want to reach. Nothing happens like this overnight. Nothing. It takes time. And it's not about being able to like come up with the biggest huge gesture that suddenly shifts everything. It's the tiny mini things, actions, the actions that you do and no one sees them, the actions that you do and no one feels them, the actions that you do and no one is there to tell you, wow, this is really good. The actions that you do and no one even noticed them. These are the ones that are building us to become the greatest success. It's the smallest actions, the ones that are not seen, the ones that are not noticed, the ones that are like, I'm planting a seed, I'm just watering it. Do you see the seed, what's happening inside when you water it? No, you don't see anything. And then suddenly the plant come up. The same thing for us. And we give up because no one is seeing what we are doing. We give up because we don't see the money yet. We give up because we don't see the wealth yet. We give up because we don't see the impact yet. We give up because we don't see the appreciation or the validation or the recognition or the, like suddenly like we become, everybody's hearing about everything. But it's the little actions and the continuity, the consistency, the persistence of it is what creates that shift. And the consistent is the feeling, continuous feeling of rising. This is why I want you to program yourself to use it as a mantra that you are rising, so that your body feels it, feels that you are continuously moving forward, upward with the tiniest move. It doesn't matter. And if one day I didn't do anything, it's okay. When you look at the stocks, when they go up, nothing goes, they go up, down, go up, down. It's just that the movement is evolution. And that's the trend. And it's the most beautiful energy you can hold. It's the energy of continuous evolution. It's the energy of continuous development. It's an energy like tomorrow, I'm better than what I was today. Today, I'm better than what I was yesterday. I believe in me. I believe in the process. I believe in my improvement. I believe that every single tiny step will take me further up. And that's the trend that you want to carry. And to me, that was a whole year. And this year, 2024, for me, it's creation. It's creating something new. It's like if something doesn't work, how do I see it from a lens of creation? How do I create something different? It's creation and style, elegance. I'm adding to it creation and style, doing it with style, which means, does it mean? It means like in everything I do, how do I respond with elegance? How do I respond with the innovative mind of creation? This didn't work. Okay, I'm not gonna say, oh, it doesn't work. No. How can I be creative? What is the alternative? What is the other path? What's the other solution? What's the other direction? How can I bring that? So my question to you is, what do you feel you want to add for you this year? what will be a beautiful context? You can choose any of all those things. I shared mine so that you see how it mirrors my own cycle of rising, I will say, because that's the movement we are talking about today. We're not talking about going down. Even you feel it going down, shift it. It's up to you to do it. It's really up to you. You decide to shift, and you can take today as a moment that you decide to shift, and you feel yourself again going back. Be intentional, be present, be aware of yourself, helping yourself shifting back up so that you can take that movement yourself, because you start, the universe follow. We don't wait for the universe to come, then we go, because the universe will follow whatever energy we are in. And if we are in an energy where we're down, that's what you're going to attract more of. And that's where it's hard. It's really hard. I mean, like when you think about it, it's simple, but when you want to actually do it, oh, because we are not very kind with ourselves. And sometimes that what we thought was a cheering voice, it's not. It's not because they're not nice to yourself, but it's not because it's like, not to be disappointed. Usually that's the best excuse we give ourselves, or like not to raise our hope too much high. Why? Why? Why aren't we so nice with ourselves? Why aren't we so rewarding to ourselves? Why aren't we so much believing, giving ourselves more belief in ourselves? Why can't we cheer ourselves more? That's my question. This is what I like to question. Why? And often it's not our fault. It's because we have the habit of doing that for so many years. So it's really hard to really come and shift it. And this is why it takes presence. This is why it takes intentionality. This is why it takes awareness. This is why it's like almost becoming mechanical, repeating to yourself, I am rising. It's like, even if my subconscious mind bringing me back down, I'm like, no, I'm rising. I'm rising until you own it, until you completely embody it. And that's a reclamation you need to take. You need to own. No one is going to come and tell you that. You need to own it. You need to be able to own it. And when you look back, you will be amazed by how much you've grown through your story, how much you've grown through the years, how much you've grown through the experience that you survived, because we did survive many things. And I think it's time to be proud of ourselves. We don't give ourselves a lot of time to be proud of who we are, because we let people devalue us. So, and you don't want to let anyone devalue you. No one. Not because circumstances were tough, doesn't devalue. Not because it took too long, doesn't devalue. You're incredible the way you are. Your journey is incredible, which is making meaning of it. And when you look at it like this, through the cycle, by giving it context, wow, you're like, wow, I'm actually good. It's like a movie, my life. I like that. And when you look at your story like a movie, it changes it completely. Do it. Look at it. Look at your life. What if it was a movie? It's interesting. It becomes different. It empowers you to rise, actually, because you want to end a movie nicely. And so do it. It's up to you. And this is what rising is about. It's you rising so that you can make the most beautiful story out of your life, so that you create a life that is a masterpiece. And it's only you that can do that. No one else, only you. And so before we have the last few minutes, I want to give you your homework for today. And so take a moment to go through the context that makes you feel, that's me this year. Like, even if it's not me, but it's like, I want to do this year, and use it and choose it. choose that context and create it and do everything through that lens. It could be evolution, it could be creation, it could be introspection. Maybe this year is the year where you want to understand you. And that's wonderful. And I welcome you to come to our programs because that's what we do. Maybe this year is a year where you want to feel more gratitude, you want to feel more love, you want to connect with love. Maybe this year is a year when you want glamour and style. What is it that you feel that can makes you add to everything that you've gone through? And it just spice up your life, and it just gives you something to ground yourself whenever you need to, and something to come back to when you forget that you are in a rising trend. Since this is where the context is, it keeps you on track. You know, we want to have the energetics of rising, of evolution, of going higher, of like a movement, positive movement. It's like we are towards something positive, but you want something to hold you, because that's how we are. We need logic, we need a structure, and the context keeps that for you, keeps it like it holds it, so that you are actually held, not spread into an energetics that just get lost, but something that you can use, so that you remind yourself, so that you bring yourself to that. Okay. And so your exercise today is to think to what is it that you want to be, because if you rise, where are you going? Where are you going? What do you want to create? What do you want to do with your life? Who you want to see yourself looking like? And that's this one here. It's nice. It's like with the star. So basically, where you are is where you are today. And we will all wants to go higher. It's fair. So let's dream. Today is really for you to define, how do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to go? Who are you in a year? In 5 years, if what you want is really big, but just find a point where you want to go. Find it, because if we don't know where we're going, then we're rising towards what? Like, you will be questioning yourself. You need something that holds you, and you need something to visualize. You need something to look up to. You need something to project your energy towards, because if you're not projecting, where are we going? You need to go somewhere. And I love this exercise. Even if you've done it before, do it again. I love to do it. I keep on doing it, because we change. Not only we change, but we somehow give ourselves more the possibility to dream, which we often stop it before, because we think it's too much, too far. We don't just stop. There is always a reason that we use to block ourselves. But let yourself be. Build a story, and from that story, where can you go? Feel that acclamation that I am rising. Feel it inside you. When you feel it and you got that energy that's like, I can do anything. Where do you want to go? What is that thing that makes you feel like, wow, this is so exciting? So that's your exercise. Find it, sit with yourself and do it. You can share it with the group. I would love for you to write in the group. Share it. Share what are your feelings from today. How does it make you feel when you feel like I'm rising? What can you do when you feel like you're unstoppable? What is it that you want to create? What's the impact you want to have? What will be your mission? What will be something that you will, like you'll be so proud of having created in your life? Write it, share it. Share it with us if you feel like, or share it with you in your own storyline. But do something that, let it out. It's like, it's almost throw it out there in the universe and postulate it like something that you want, and let it be. Let it be so beautiful, just like it is, and feel it, connect with it. Makes us feel good to know where we're going. Makes us feel good to dream of when we want to create. Makes us feel good to give ourselves the possibility to imagine a better future, to imagine a place where, we've grown, a place where we elevated, a place where you reach what you wanted. We do it because it helps you project your energy. And it's a first step for us, because tomorrow I wanted to be here at the same time. We're going to take that into creating your own plan, into turning it into a reality. Because it's good to dream, we all dream, but dream stays a wish if you don't turn it in plan. You need to turn it into plan. You need to take action. You need to actually do something and work so that it becomes your reality. And this is what we want to be tomorrow. So this has been beautiful. Thank you so much for being with me today. I always promise to say in the hour, so I don't want to go more. I love you. Do the homework. Feel great. Feel I am rising. Keep on saying it to yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm rising. I'm rising, and claiming it. And then sit down and write to where are you rising. and it's just gonna feel so beautiful. I love you. Thank you for being with me today, and I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.